All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on the actual time you're actually watching this particular video for today. You're watching Easy TV Nigeria. Yes, today we want to talk more about the creation of Anioma State. All right, and the benefits of Anioma State. When if Igbanke becomes part of Anioma State, what are the benefits and what actually we are going to gain in Anioma State? So I'm not here alone. I'm here with a son of the soil. He's going to introduce himself, tell us more about himself, and tell us more about the creation of Anioma State. So over to you. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon,
everybody.
Depending on where you're watching from, good afternoon, good morning, good evening. My name is Pastor Sylvester Ifeanyi Chukwu Adamo. Just like the name Ifeanyi Chukwu, that is my native name. That is an indication that I am not a Benin man. And because I'm not a Benin man, unfortunately, by state creation, we find ourselves in Edo State and being forced to claim Benin, and we are not. We've been trying to manage that situation for a very long time. They are claiming to be Benin people, and the Benin did not help us by letting us know our identity. Like I said during the interview, that when politics is around the corner, the Benin will come and say we are one. Immediately after the election and they have won, they will call us Oweka. Yeah. So, and that is an indication that they are reminding us of who we are, even though we try to force ourselves to believe that we are Benin. They told us point blank that we are not Benin. And truly, we are not Benin because our ancestors are not Benin. Now, going back to Anioma, Anioma is an agitation that has been on for a very long time. Okay. For a very long time. Even from the days of our fathers, they objected it, just like the address we read. They protested being grouped under Benin division, removing them from Asaba and administered by Agbod, putting them to Benin division. Our forefathers protested against it, but because of the obnoxious military law in 1979, they forced us to become Benis. And so we've been trying to manage the situation, but it became very glaring that we are not Benis due to the marginalization, due to the insensitivities of the Benis towards the Igbanke people, and due to the outright disregard and disrespect for our culture and for our individual and for our living and our existence. Now, Anioma has come a long way. We've been on it for a very long time. Today, we have an opportunity. Anioma State, if created, definitely the Igbanke people will benefit a lot. One, because we are very convinced that if Anioma State is created, Igbanke will become a local government of its own. And if we have a local government of our own, then we cannot be talking of marginalization, we cannot be talking of poor representation, because Igbanke will definitely produce a House of Assembly member, Igbanke will produce a councillor, Igbanke will produce local government chairman, Igbanke will produce commissioners, Igbanke will produce executives of various parastatals or agencies. So Igbanke has a lot to benefit. Wow. Apart from this personal thing, we have this benefit that cannot be quantified. Igbanke will be developed, because if Anioma State is looking for where to develop, where to site higher institutions, where to site industries, Igbanke has a vast land. We have a land that can accommodate any kind of industry, can accommodate even to universities. Igbanke has the land to accommodate them. Wow. So there is need for Igbanke to actually see the reason and the benefit that is inherent becoming Anioma State. Now, be that as it may, we have no language barrier. If I go to Benin meeting, and when I was in the politics, we go to meetings, the Benin will be speaking Benin. I'm not a Benin man. I don't understand Benin. My name is Ifeanyi Chukwu. I'm not a Mohosa. I'm not a Samui. My name is Ifeanyi Chukwu. And Ifeanyi Chukwu is not a Benin name.
That's true.
There is no way. I don't understand Benin. I've been in Benin since time immemorial. I don't understand Benin because Benin is not my language. Wow. So, going to Anioma State, we are at home with our brothers. We can talk, we can reason, we can understand ourselves. And I think that is one of the greatest benefits. You are talking to people, they are talking to you, you understand him, they understand you. That is one of the best benefits So if you want to talk to a governor, you don't need an interpreter. You want to talk to House of Assembly member, you don't need an interpreter. You want to talk to your senator, you don't need an interpreter. You want to talk to your House of Representative member, you don't need an interpreter. You want to talk to anybody in the government setting, you don't need an interpreter. So you just say if they understand you, you understand them. I think that is a great benefit that we don't have in Edo State. If I must talk to the House of Rep member who is representing Orion East, where Igbanke is cited, we need an interpreter. He's a Benin man. He does not understand Igbanke. We want to talk to the senator. He's a Benin man. He doesn't understand Igbanke. We want to talk to the governor. The present governor is an Eastern man. He does not understand Igbanke. So there is an inherent benefit in us joining Anioma. And like I said, nature, God has actually made Igbanke to be an Anioma state. One, like I said, if we must access our local government, Abudu, the local government headquarters in Abudu. If Igbanke must access it, we must pass through. On the right, we'll pass through Orada. Orada is an Uhode local government. Yes. If we go to the left, we'll pass through Eka South in Delta State. Igbanke does not have direct access to their own local government headquarters. Where is it done?
Which is very bad.
Where is it done? That you want to go to your headquarters, you need to follow another local government or follow another state to your own local government. So nature, God has done it so well that we belong to Anioma. And thank God the opportunity has come and there is no stopping us. God on our side. The president, the Senate, and everybody will assent to it, and Anioma will be created and Igbanke will be better for it.
All right, sir. Now, quickly, a lot of people believe that because of the suspension letter being given to the Obi and Ezes of Igbanke, that is why Igbanke people is actually running away from Edo State. So we want to really know, is that the main reason why Igbanke people are going out, or what are the reasons that Igbanke people can say this is the main reason why we want to leave Edo State? Focus on
it is not true that because of the suspension. Igbanke has been agitating. In 1999, a group of people, which I happen to be one of them, we wrote a letter to Constitutional Conference demanding that Igbanke should be ceded to Delta State if Anioma State will not be created. So at that time, the Ezes and the Obis have not been suspended. They have not been suspended. So that is not the issue. The agitation have been on ground for a very long time. Even our kings, our Ndinze, the Obis, when they were ceded to Benin Division, they protested. The Obis have not been suspended then. So the suspension has nothing to do. As a matter of fact, its suspension is insignificant because you don't suspend a king. A king does not suspend another king.
Another king, yes.
The Oba of Benin was born a king. The Obi of Igbanke, the different Obis in Igbanke, 6 autonomous communities, were born kings. There is no provision in Nigerian constitution that empower another king to suspend another king. Nobody did not appoint any king in Igbanke.
Anybody at all.
So you cannot suspend them. You don't suspend who you didn't appoint. They were born king just like the Oba of Benin is born king. Nobody can suspend. He can suspend those he appointed. But the kings in Igbanke were born king. The day they born a king, we know that this one is a king.
King.
That is the issue with Igbanke here. So people carrying that our king is suspended is insignificant. Because we don't see them as suspended king. You don't suspend king now. They are born king, another king suspend another king. You know it doesn't go that way. You know, it's like one governor, a governor of Edo State, suspend governor of Delta State. It doesn't go.
It's very wrong.
It's very wrong. It's very wrong. That is just what is the issue here. Our kings were not suspended. It's just their own Benin mentality. As far as Igbanke people is concerned, our kings are intact. We respect them as our kings. We honor them as our king. They are our king. And that is it. If Oba of Benin think is a lie, let him send somebody to come and take over.
Let's say that one will not be possible. That one is
sure. Not possible.
It can't be possible.
It's not possible.
All right. So quickly, sir, a lot of should I say some, due to their political ambition, due to their position in politics now, some sons and daughters of the bank, they are they still want to remain in the bank under Edo State. You understand? Due to their political pursuit. You understand? So what do you have to say to those particular set of people?
Well, like I said during the address, change is one thing that people resist.
That's true.
Change is something that people resist. Even in your own home, if you want to effect a change, there are people in your house If you have 3 children, you want to effect a change, 1 or 2 of them will say, Daddy, no, we don't like this thing we want to do. So it's normal. Now, when somebody they are being paid, some people that are SA, that are under salary of 100,000 or 150,000, you want to tell them, no, drop this thing. They will want to say, exactly. You know, somebody who is now eyeing, looking, waiting, since the governor, Okpewolo, has not fully appointed all the commission, has not fully appointed people to various parastatal. You are not telling them to jettison that and join us. They want to say, whether they will give us appointment, never they want us. So they are just fighting for their own belly. But Igbanke strategic groups are fighting for not just for our children. I'm not a politician, I'm a pastor. I'm not going to contest any position. But we are fighting for our children. Our fathers could not achieve this.
Yes.
We will achieve it. So that our children, we don't need to fight it. Because it's a fight that is on. Whether we like it or not, one day, Igbanke will leave Edo, will live with Benin. We are not Benin. Like I said, we are not Benin. I don't bear Benin name. My name is Ifeanyi Chukwu. Your name is Ikechukwu.
Yes.
So we don't bear Benin name. We don't bear Benin name.
That's true.
Yeah, so we are not Beninese.
Yes.
My son's name is Ifeanyi Junior. My daughter is Ngozi. Those are not Benin name. My wife's name is Irobuye. That's not Benin name. You understand? So you can see Igbanke, apart from our fathers, they were forced to bear Benin name because of their various things they want to benefit. They were forced to bear Benin name. Okay. But we don't bear Benin. They didn't give us Benin name. So, my brother.
And there is a reason for it.
Yeah, the reason is because we are not Benin.
We are not Benin.
That's just the reason.
That's why they didn't give us.
That's why they didn't give us Benin name.
They just prefer to answer it because of what they were pursuing.
Somebody, a friend of mine who is a Benin man, said, my father is a Benin, that his name is Adagboyin. I said, no. The Benin version of my son name is Adagboyin. The Igbanke version of that name is Adagbon. The difference between Adagboyin and Adagbon.
That's true.
5, half a dozen, and 6 is different in mathematics.
Exactly.
So the mathematics, yes, it's different.
Yes.
So Adagbon is different from Adagboyin. So that's just it. We are pure Igbanke. We are not Benin.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for clearing out some certain things.
Thank you.
Before we go off this broadcast for today, we still want to talk about some certain, like just this one. You know, there are some people out there, more especially the Beninese, who are believing that the Oba of Benin will not allow Igbanke to go. You understand? They are saying, some of them might be saying, they are not going anywhere, that the land Igbanke people are occupying today belongs to the Beninese. So we want to know more on that fact. Like, we now, Igbanke people now pursuing Anioma State. And Oba of Benin is there saying we are not going. What is your take on that?
Well, I think ignorance is one problem that the Beninese are trying to overcome, or they've not been able to overcome.
Okay.
Before the Oba of Benin, the first Oba migrated from Ife to settle down in Benin, where they now call. Then it was not even in Benin. I think it's somewhere in Udo or so, thereabout. Ovia Northeast and Ovia South, North, Southwest. That's where they first settled. Okay. Before they migrated from Ife to that place, Igbanke was already existing.
Okay.
So you that come to meet us here cannot claim that the land belongs to you.
Yeah, that's true.
Cannot claim that the land belongs to you. Now, it is not by the Constitution, Federal Government Constitution, 1999 Constitution, Section 89, give us a clear-cut rule. The Oba has no influence whether Igbanke join Anioma or not, and nobody can stop it. You know why? Because the Constitution says so.
Mm-hmm.
When we were ceded to Edo State, when Bende was being divided, the kings, whether in Delta, in Edo, no one was consulted.
Yes.
Before the state was created.
At all.
So creating a Anioma State, Oba will not be consulted.
So that means that this creation of
it has nothing
to do with the Oba.
No, it has nothing to do with the Oba.
Yes, no, because to me, normally, I've kind of asked like our kings, as the kings of Igbanke, you know, almost the 6 kings, I try to ask them that why was it that, you know, their fathers allow such a thing? You understand? Because it was as if maybe we don't even have a say. You know, for them taking us from Delta State to Edo State, and which they know that we and these people have nothing in common. You understand? So why did they allow such a thing? And what one of the king told me was that they didn't even tell them.
No.
They just wake up one morning and discover that they've already played the game.
Yes.
So meaning that our kings were not aware.
No.
And they don't have hand in it.
They don't.
So in other words, the Oba of Benin or any traditional ruler don't
has no say
of
in creation of
state.
No.
So if we decide we want to go to this place,
it's a choice.
As long as there is a law.
You see, my brother, there is something the Benin are missing.
All right.
The name Oba is not a Benin language. That's what the Benin are missing. The Benin are not original Benin people. They migrated from Yoruba land. The name Oba is a Yoruba title for a king.
That's true.
Benin people should tell us what is their name, the title of their king. Benin people should tell us that.
It's a very big question.
Oba is a Yoruba language for a king, a title for a king. What is the Benin name for a king? Now they are forcing. They want to force our kings to bear Enoge, and Enoge is just a mere chief.
Yes.
To the Oba. And we are not Enoge. Our kings are Eze, and or the answer will be the answer Eze. If you want to drag them, we'll call them Ndinze. That is all of them. But if you want to call them individual, call them Obi or Eze.
They are still the same thing.
They are still the same. It's just like Mr. and Mr. You know. Yes. So there's no. The Benin should be bold enough to tell us what is the title of their king. Oba is a Yoruba language.
Now, a lot of them would agree that, truly speaking, a lot of them would agree that the Benins are from the Yoruba land. A lot of Benin people won't agree that. But
the history is there.
But I believe that if they won't agree, just as you have said now, you understand, like if they won't agree that they are from the Yorubas, that this is a direct question to all the Benin, and they stop disturbing the Igbanke people say because they want to go to Anioma State. That is where they belong. So if you are out there, you are a Benin man, we want you to tell us
the title
of your king. What is the name of your king? Stop calling him a Yoruba name.
Yes.
Because that name they are calling
Oba is
a Yoruba name.
Like in Usen, for instance, Usen has their king. They call their king Elawure. That is their dialect. Igbanke call their king Eze or Obi. Yes. That is dialect.
Yes.
The Esan call their king Onoji. That is a dialect. What is Benin dialect? What do they call their king?
This is a very big question.
They should tell us. If any Benin man is interested, he should come. Let us argue.
Yes, so they need to tell us. They need to tell us, guys. They need to. All right. At first, we want to say thank you very much to all those ones who are commenting on this particular podcast for today. Yes, we are actually seeing your comments, but we cannot read all of it. Yes, we want to say thank you very much. Those of you watching us all over the world, those Igbanke sons and daughters watching us all over the world, we want to say thank you very much and keep on watching Easy TV Nigeria. We still have a lot of things to show to you guys. We still have a lot of discussion to discuss. Anything that concerns Igbanke, Ika in general, and more especially in Nigeria. All right, we still